Years after a tragic shooting, the parents of both the victim and the perpetrator meet face to face. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another movie review from Sundance. And today I'm just floored. I really truly am. We're talking about a film that I just watched earlier this evening, the evening that I'm recording this, and I'm just absolutely blown away. There's too many words to say, and we're just gonna hop into it. Today we are talking about Mass, which world premiered, I believe, at Sundance. May have played at a festival before that, but I'm pretty sure world premiered at Sundance, and I am very excited to talk about this film because it's one of the most insane experiences I've had watching a film. So we're just going to kind of hop right into it, and this is performance-based. This is a performance-based film. It's 4 actors sitting in a room having a conversation the entire time. It's Jason Isaacs, Anne Dode, I believe is how you say her name, I don't want to screw it up, Martha Plimpton, and Reed Briney. I probably botched some of those names. I'm bad with reading names just off a piece of paper, but they are all fantastic. I mean, this is such a heavy subject matter and something that is very emotional to a lot of people, and to bring out these type of performances is just like hand them the Oscars. But I'm going to talk in particular about Jason Isaacs and his performance. He is the father of one of the victims of this fictional school shooting. And he gives such a subtle but raw and emotional performance. So there are a lot of times in this film where he is ready to explode. He's ready to give up all of his emotion and just go off. But he holds it back. But you can feel the pain and the agony that he's going through in his heart and in his soul. And then there is a point where he has a bit of a monologue. And it is by far one of the most heartbreaking things I have ever watched on film. It's probably a few minute monologue, and it's just one of the most incredible experiences, one of the most incredible feats of acting I've ever seen in my life. It's brilliant. This is one of the best performances I've seen in years, and I do not say that lightly. Like, Jason Isaacs is going to win the Oscar next year. He's going to, and I'm calling that before this year's Oscars. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, like I said before, this is a very character-driven, actor performance-driven film, and it's absolutely nailed out of the park. I mean, the next thing is the direction. Fran Kranz, who is more well known as an actor, this is his directorial debut, directs such a subtle, film. Like I said, it's in one room. It's one room setting, which I really like, because you're able to just focus strictly on the characters and the conversation and what's being talked about. You don't have to worry about location changes and things like that. And it's like I said, it's just a conversation. It's what it is. It's a conversation about a very uncomfortable topic between two sides of both sides of it. And through that, it comes a very, really nice, meticulous direction. Because when you're in one setting, there's not a lot you can do. You're confined to those 4 walls and the ceiling. That's your playground when you're a director or a cinematographer. And the way they were able to frame up shots, and the rack focuses in this film are brilliant. I'm going to say that. I love a good rack focus. And in this film, they are done masterfully. So whoever did that, I mean, I know it's the director, but the cinematographer, the person that pulled the focus on the I mean, bravo, tip of the cap to you. It's absolutely fantastic, but it was never bigger than the conversation. That's the thing I really want to take away from, I want everyone to take away from this review, is that nothing was ever bigger than the conversation. And that's important because this is a very important conversation that people are having in the world today, especially America. This is a very important conversation that continues to happen every day. This film is based off of a fictional event. It didn't actually happen, but events like this happen all the time. It's very important. And I think this film knocked it out of the park, keeping it very straightforward, on the nose, on target. It did not veer. It did not go anywhere. The script is airtight. I did not have any flaws with it. The only thing I might say is it could have been a few minutes shorter. There were a few times when I was like, this would be a great place to end it. And then they kept going for a few minutes. But that's the most minute gripe I could give, because I think the script in general is just flawless. I really do. Another thing I really liked is that they kept it unpolitical. Gun control, gun rights, mass shootings, gun violence is a very highly volatile, very political topic in America, in the world. And a lot of times, and there are places for that in film. There are. This was not a place for that. And there were moments, there was, maybe a 2 to 3 minute exchange kind of at the beginning of the film that talked a little bit about politics, but then it was snatched up right away by the mother, Jason Isaacs' wife in this film. And she was like, I did not come here to listen to politics. And that was it. It was done. And I commend everyone involved with the writing and all of that for doing that, because this was not about politics. This was about humans interacting and forgiveness and acceptance and all of those emotions. That's what this film was about. It was not a cry for politics or a specific cause. That's not what this film was. It wasn't. This was a film about acceptance, forgiveness, and moving on with your lives. That's what this film was about. It was so powerful, and it was just done to perfection. I mean, this is by far my favorite film of Sundance, by far my favorite film of the year. I mean, it floored me. It really did. It brought out so many emotions in me, and I mean, I watched it. It was a second viewing. I didn't watch the premiere. I picked it up on a whim because I'd seen some really good reviews from some of my colleagues and friends that are also covering Sundance, and I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I did, because this was by far the most amazing, awe-inspiring experience I've had in this entire festival. And my mom, because I've been doing this with my mom, we've watched every Sundance film together. I think this was number 13 of 16. And she's been there, she's watched every single one of them with me. And this is her favorite by far as well. She thought it was magnificent. She literally. And that's just, it's brilliant. It's really brilliantly done. I absolutely loved it. Let's just hop into the point breakdown. I mean, it's going to be fairly, I really rated this really high. It's a phenomenal movie. Entertainment, 23 out of 25. And the only reason I docked it 2 points is because it's an uncomfortable movie to watch. So I don't want to say I was entertained. It was an uncomfortable movie to watch because of the subject matter. So I knocked a few points for that, but that's not a bad thing. It worked well. To the point where I wasn't entertained. I was squirming because of how tough this subject matter is. Performance is 20 out of 20, like I'm already saying. Hand Jason Isaacs the Oscar next year. It's happening. Direction 10 out of 10, writing 10 out of 10, emotions 10 out of 10, cinematography 10 out of 10, pacing 5 out of 5, rewatchability 5 out of 5, and an automatic 5 out of 5 points, guys. I gave Mass a 98 out of 100. It's a brilliant movie, and whenever you have the chance to watch it, please watch it, because it is important. It's an important movie. It's an important conversation. But not only that, it is a masterclass in acting, writing, storytelling, direction, editing, set design, sound design. It's a masterclass. Cinematography. it's I can't overstate it enough. I can't say enough about it. It's a brilliant film. So make sure you guys go watch it. Thank you so much for checking out the review. If you like what you heard, if you like any of the content you've seen on this channel, please consider dropping a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really does mean the absolute world. If you want to see any of my immediate reactions from Sundance, I know it's coming to an end, so there's not a lot more left to talk about, but if you are catching this before the festival is over, go follow me on Twitter. You get my immediate reaction to every film I watch. I post a review as the credits are rolling. I write down my thoughts and post it on Twitter right away. So go follow me on Twitter, and I do that for all the releases from this year. So make sure you guys go check me out on Twitter, and then go over to my blog, Fanatic Film Reviews. I'm going to leave the link down below in the description. I've recapped every day of Sundance, gone in depth about all of the films I've watched. Make sure you go check out that blog. It means the absolute world. I'm going to be doing a lot more written reviews, a lot more film content over there, because I think people like to read sometimes and not just watch videos. So make sure you go check that out. But guys, that means the absolute world. That's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.